Hello YouTube, and welcome into today's video where we are experiencing patch 6.4 for Final Fantasy XIV. This video is going to be like the main storyline that we get, so we're going to just start there. I'm hoping to also have a video for the raids and maybe side quests, but we're going to start with the MSQ. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we got, so let's hop on over and figure out where we're going. I mean, I know where we're going. We're going to the... nope. Mega Huta. Fucking hell. But yeah, let's get started. I think we have like 9 quests to do for the MSQ today. Irilith, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding her search for a means to return to the Void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Astinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Is something the matter? No. Aerolith paid us a visit, and so I was apprising her of recent developments or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Would you like to come? Sorry. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely, too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Okay, to the bazaar. I'm so glad Zero's back. I mean, Zero's been in like all of the parts except for the very first in Walker Post thing patch, but I really like Zero, and I'm glad she's here. I'm picking up some more spice. Merai told me to do so before my next visit. Mistress Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy foods, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mayhane can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Colorful array of spices peer out from the hempen sacks. Lustrous crimson powder, aromatic black corns, little red husks, or coarse yellow flakes. Let's go the little red husks. They give us a citrus-like scent. Perhaps they will imbue dishes with a zesty note. Sure. That's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A tingling, tangy numbness grips your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mistress Zero, and do give Mayride my regards.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it.
Let's share it. I like curry. Come on.
There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
No. I want
Grateful
mine
though
full.
I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Then I'll have His Excellency's helping.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation, and naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
What is going on? What's happening?
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest, We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
That's funny.
Ah! It burns! It burns!
I just can handle spice,
To
apparently.
better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
And how does the Warrior of Light handle it? The whole room is down. I thought the spices we picked were perfect.
I trust you have eaten your fill.
Of course I have.
I shall have Marid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Damn, we so spicy we knocked out the whole room. I'm sitting down now. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. Oh my god, I found Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what? I gotta take a screenshot of it. Just so I can show my son later. He'll get a kick out of it. Oh, it's over here. I'm like, the person hasn't loaded in yet. Welcome back. Master Estinian? Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Yes, let's proceed to Estinian's chambers.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Why does he sound pained? Oh, because he's doing push-ups. He's doing one-armed push-ups. From his fists!
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks. Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Will do, buddy.
Shall we disrobe as well?
Oh my god.
No, no. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
I like how the Warrior of Light even took a little step back, like, But nah, Aerolith would do it.
At last. We've been looking for you.
Ooh.
My friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Oriange's assistance.
Alright.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Azhdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Azhdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
Okay.
Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist.
So we have to go to the 13th. Like
Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone, who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Oriange's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
Hell yeah.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil.
Good band. Good band.
A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
We're gonna do something with Zodiark's punch bowl.
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiark, and we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the Star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
All right. To the moon. Oh, is it not over yet? Are we going to get a cutscene at the 13th moon? The Dark Throne. Bum bum. Okay. I mean, I'll take that. What does the one I'm using give? Crit. Okay. Going ham! If one and all are ready, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Bow down, down, bow down, down, down. Bow down, 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 bow down, down, down. Meow. I wonder if it actually would have been quicker to teleport to the main Aetheryte and run this way. It's hard telling. My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtora's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lamentorium, that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoroi spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal unto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsabad contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that you would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. This time I actually think I would have been quicker if I would have jumped back down. But here we are. All are present and accounted for. Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian and thence seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle, but as you well know, the alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage unto Ultima Fuel to the very limits of existence was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the Forum's permission. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear, and as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective, a somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Baldessian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Bum. Ba-da-dum. Bum. Bum. Alright. There's a gaggle of people. Welcome back, Aerolith. What brings you here today? And in such colorful company. Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the student's assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Yes, I want to proceed to the main hall.
Now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends.
As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenfil occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage.
We'll get her back, Varshan.
To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If Gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
I do my best, you know.
It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission.
That would be the case.
Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
Very
we may well do just that.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward. Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
She could have done it, just like Master Matoya's place.
And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
But I want to know what it is, too. It's a letter of some kind. Open the letter. Do it, Kryl. I don't think she's going to. Alright. We could have teleported directly to the Charley and Hamlet, but let's save a smidge of Gil. Here we go. We'll follow these people. Margaret. Visitors. How delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. If it so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou hast had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested at the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for etheric capacity. A pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Why, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Zero's dead stare. We are glad for you. Quite. On the subject of the etheric tanks, do you know what became of them? What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Ah, here we go. Where the gaggle of people is. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. How have you been, Aerolith? Able to catch a bit of rest? Well, if I don't know about the ether tanks, who in Beauregard's name would? Born right in me very own workshop they were. A pleasure as always, Master Coco. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. Blah 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 blah. Go into ether font, story in ether. I see. I think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our ether tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Ham. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their asses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Thaliax thumping thighs, Master Fortunal, and Scarlark Monteshane. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The Forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. I would hope that the matter of pandemonium has not been overshadowed by other concerns, but that is a discussion for another time. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Ham for the purposes of etheric extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldessian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Ham. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those ether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. There's so many people here. Where? Chibi Captain.
Bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Who? Thancred or Graha? Neither. No, Thancred, I'm dumb.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
He did look a little dead in the eyes, though. The ether font now accessible. Okay. Okay, we got an average wait time of 5 minutes. I knew it wasn't going to take that long. Oh, it's adorable. That's not, but the polar bears are adorable. I have a Tonberry with me. so that pull went nice enough. These pulls are fun. They're a little spicy. Oh, and we slide? Hell yeah. Oh, this thing ugly. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Oh, okay. Easy enough, easy enough. Probably bigger ones are gonna... Good job. Alright, but this boss does have fun mechanics. For like as much as I don't like the way he looks because he freaks me out, he does have fun mechanics. Okay. I think it's gonna be... Oh, shit! Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Bum bum Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Alright, let's do our raid opener. Alright. So we're hurting. I think we're actually taking him down faster. Okay. And they oh shit. Okay. Boss one down. Come on. There we go. This is pretty cool too, like this zipline thing. Oh my god, these things are pretty. Come on. Come on. Yeah, big pull. And it hurts. It definitely hurts. But it was fun. We're waiting so we can get back on track. I should have mitigated that with our stuff. Cinder drift with extra steps. Their description did make sense. Cinder drift with extra steps. God damn. That was so much stuff. That was a really fun boss. And we didn't wipe, so there's that too. Do we got everyone here? Okay. They're almost all dead, so I'm not gonna worry about doing a the slow. I'm not gonna arm's length them. I'll save that for the next pool. Come on. You can hang in there, mitigations. There we go. Yeah, this dungeon kind of hurts, but I like that it does. And I'm not, like, under-geared for it, so it's just... This dungeon hits hard. And that's okay. Interesting looking platforms down there. What is that gonna mean for the dungeon? Or for the boss? Is it like a crystal kraken? Slumbering Scourge. All right. Oof. Okay. So that gets a little chaotic, but I can see how it works. Okay. Something tells me we all just kind of got lucky there. I feel like this place should be safe to stand. Because, yeah, those are all going to end up pointing at something. Hell yeah! GG, y'all! Ba 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 bum 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 ba ba bum.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once.
All right.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished.
You got
I
it.
ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by. Where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
Garlemald.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way.
You got it.
I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Indeed. Because I'm a gunbreaker now.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force. And you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine.
Fair enough.
I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsend, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own. Corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought. And alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time.
Aww. That's so kind of you, Thancred.
Aye, absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons. And 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
The fuck are they talking about?
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
I mean, they're probably dropping hints at whatever 7.0 is going to be, and even 6.5, but what is it? I want to know. Do not only allow us to use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Kokol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Till next time. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsabard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy unto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Erelith, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsend incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed. We appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. 'Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Though we have yet to re-establish a governing body, we provisionally refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it's like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than face a mass invasion by Golbez and his Voidsend hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alfino and Alize. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Ariange, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? To Tertium. I am glad to see you, Erilith. Virtra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Iltsabard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concern. Then perhaps we can begin to work towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Synaculum Imperalis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alfino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in the Forum Solus, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. No! Stop it! The tower is evil! It'll turn us all evil! I don't want to hear it! Leave me alone! Fie, that tower isn't right, I tell ya. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about the tower any longer. It's unnatural. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. The Tower of Babel? But what's it got to do with Voidsent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean, no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? No, if we dared to speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Erlith, may I present to you Lord Neus and Metius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Isilbard contingent. I see Alfino and Alizé have yet to arrive, though perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we've had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to no one. Okay. That's fine. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alfino and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Neus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Cineris. Though the Isilbald contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the gods will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled then, you should all head to Cineris. I'll join you after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. Here it is, Cineris. A temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Isilbard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Yes, let's rifle through their things. So the stockpile of stuff was clearly provided by the contingent. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Finished through touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Well, they have some of our ceruleum, and people don't like the contingency. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant throughout Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route, but you heard him, they refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous. But they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. Trust. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement? Of course! Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I first must speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Okay. Bum 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 shh bum bum. Teleport to Broken Glass. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radzat and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Yosabad contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. 'Tis no surprise then that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzat abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Radzat culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interest of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radzat were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neus and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. Are we heading to Tertium now? Yep. That's the wrong mouse. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Radzat I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement represents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I cannot believe what I am hearing. You served the Emperor, were a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what few precious assets we remain to us. Nonsense! Other nonsense! You are a traitor, Neas, and there will be a reckoning, oh yes. When the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Metius, wait! It isn't safe out there. We're gonna find him and he's gonna be dead. And it's gonna cause more strife. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care while the rest of us join in the research, or in the search. If Lord Metius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Bam, 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 bam. I'm alive. Yeah, because of us.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go?
Oops.
I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Boom.
Aye. So long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
For those we can save. For those we have lost and those we can yet save.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me?
Yes, you may trouble us to escort you.
Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Okay.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive.
I forgot she was a paladin originally.
My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. But...
Whoops.
I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold. In pain. Wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone.
We've been talking so long, it's
But
daylight
it's all history
now.
No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How...
Damn it. However you like.
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means.
It's exactly what it means.
Someone you trust.
It's adorable. I'm so happy. They're gonna kill Zero and I'm gonna be pissed. Oh shit. A flashback to Xenos. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you and Julius. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say it is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum, I trust, and you find the terms acceptable? I do, and Neas, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that, when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Rodzat. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Rodzat will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Rodzat holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the ether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alfino. No need to worry, devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. I just realized that I didn't have
Let
my
us take a
webcam back up.
moment to review matters as they stand.
Perfect timing.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Ishtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Ishtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
You got it, buddy.
Will you do this for me?
Absolutely. I've held Horace Veilgar's eye before, and I've held Nidhogg's eye.
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
I swear they do something to her.
In Mare Elementorum, then. Go well.
Mare Lamentorium. Do they pronounce it that way earlier in the game? Have I been saying it wrong all this time? Not Zero.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Alright, we got Estinian back in full armor.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied.
What are you implying, Y'shtola?
The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Interesting.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye. A tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
But will it let Zero back through?
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge one of Zodiac's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Loporrit supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Arianje, Erilith, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestway's burrows and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a void scent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same. She's right here. Where he is. There you are! Y'shtola has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eyes, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this void-scent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. There it is.
dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Woo!
Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
Ow.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
I think Sleeping Way's here.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush. Even now, as we pursue new dreams, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
If I get to fight them all, I'm happy.
I
Let's do this.
believe I would make a better instructor.
Honestly, that's fair.
Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
They ran away!
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
Fair play.
That'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement... we just might be able to do it in 2.
We're being coerced by a little rabbit. Urianger, they like you.
This I leave to you.
Urianger just paid his respects. They yearn for me to rally their spirits, huh? Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper technique so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. Hum, hum, hum. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. What a marvelous feeling! There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. What? Engage! Engage! Oh, sorry. I was in the midst of... Forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing. But I'll try to keep moving. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved Void Sense Slaughterbots to us. Cutscene again.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands.
Okay.
Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
The brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With the Loporits having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Y'shtola post-haste and prise open our gate unto the void. Marching forward. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alize in the Tower of Babel to channel ether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth.
Somehow perfectly aimed.
By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate.
Interesting.
A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands.
Okay, so we don't have to go to each one individually, it just does it all at once, okay.
success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
That thing is ugly.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be...
Oops. Lord Golbez will be eager to hear this.
So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
He's gonna bonk his head. Amazing.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
And here's Virtra.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us.
Okay, so she's still trying to figure out how to get to the first, then.
Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Alright, Y'shtola.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, Then, together with the Loporrits, maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Alright then, let's do this. To the void.
Unto the void once more.
Alright, so it didn't stop Zero from going through it. From entering it. But I am nervous for her coming out of it. We're through. It is just like a direct reflection of Mare Lamentorium.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
Okay.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
She's not wrong.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground, I leave to you all.
Okay. Okay, so I can't fly here. Oh, webcam back up. The surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson, a consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps? No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends a desolate waste without end. No sign of a watcher or any Loperids. Perhaps they were swallowed up in the flood of darkness. Or perhaps they never existed here. Perhaps Zero has noticed something I missed. Oh shit! He's down there.
The chasm has caught your attention as well. There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I would agree.
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the cradle of darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered, but it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Astaya is here, within this chasm.
Then let us be on our way. Alright. We all superhero land. That's bad for the knees, you know. There's this dark throne. There's Ajdaya.
Throne King.
Sister! Tis I, Virtra. I have come to rescue thee.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
What? How?
Oh, Wak Hom Urta.
Virtra, wherefore art thou here? Oh, thank goodness! Tis thee, dear sister, truly thee. How long have I dreamed of this moment? Would that I had found thee sooner, but I am here now. Let us return home together. The thought filleth me with joy, but I fear it cannot be. Not even with a dragon's might can these chains be broken. For they are forged with the very will of the man named Golbez.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
Thou keepest company with mortals? I do. They are my stalwart allies, without whom I could not have come this far. Is that so? Then much time hath passed indeed. It doth feel like only yesterday that we were fighting the void-sent hordes the men of Alag had unleashed on Mericidia. Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into this lightless world to strike at the heart of the Cloud of Darkness's forces. But the void-sent I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the rift betwixt worlds had closed. I was stranded, bereft of strength. Thou didst save the lives of full many, sister. Today, we abide in harmony with men, working side by side and forging enduring bonds. Indeed, in the course of searching for thee, I did cross paths with many a noble mortal, with whom I built a nation of rich diversity. To thee I would show it, my beautiful Radzatan. I shall not rest until thou art free. When Golbez found me collapsed, the darkness ravaging my wounds, he spoke and said, "'Tis but a matter of time before you turn, but I have the power to stop it." And he did, for a price. I would remain myself but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions, who supped upon my ether over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
If such is thine attempt at encouragement, mortal, then thou art as graceless as Nidhogg. 'Twas Golbez who did weave this spell, and so his defeat should serve to unravel it. Would it suffice as a show of spirit were to I reveal what I know of the villain?
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Mayhap in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place. He doth prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion will himself ascend to the moon's surface. And every time, without fail, he will visit the same location to the south. Something of import lieth there, doubt not.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
Yes. Let's fucking go. The others have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area if you could see to the south. It's such a large area. Virtra scared the shit out of me when he spawned in. I could not discern a structure of any kind from above. Whatever this place or object might be, Golbez hath hidden it well. A glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something?
A Contra Memoria?
A Memoria?
Oh.
But whose?
Ah, the echo. Not now.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
Damn. In death may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Come now, we are all shaped by these dark times more than we would care to admit. I choose to believe that, had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
I'm pretty sure these are the two adventurers that talked to Zero. And I feel like that guy is a shard of Xenos.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Oh my god, I was right.
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriats taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
Holy shit.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only a precious few Memoriats remain who cling to the light. Would that we could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
To Baron.
Had another vision of the past, did you? What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this memoria is...
There he is.
So, you have come. You who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil.
Sister.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you. More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
Let's fucking go.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Speak plainly, jailer.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
Ajdaya,
Darkness
no!
is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Vertra, thou must flee!
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! kill him.
Sister, please.
Damn you!
There's got to be a way to save her, right? Like, we didn't come all this way just to
keep our guests occupied.
Fail. Although my bet is that her saving is going to come at the sacrifice of Zero.
Save her, I beg thee. Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you.
Fucking bring it.
Come, face me.
Rest assured, I need no invitation. Let's go.
Accursed light.
Yum.
You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
The Voidcast die is now acceptable. Now acceptable. Now accessible. Let's go. I mean, he's a Thornton reskin. Knight in Black, Golbez. with a warrior.
Expect no mercy. To destroy you, I shall bring my all to bear. Come, warriors from beyond the rift. If you would oppose our crusade, then come. But know that none shall deny us salvation. This place shall be your tomb. I will free us from the wheel.
Okay.
Where my Rhine-kissed blades, I will suffer no obstacles.
Be behind him for this.
No matter the foe, I will stay the course.
Oh, it's a... It was a multiple hit.
Lightning surge.
Okay, we're 1/5 of the way there. And so far these all seem like fairly easy to handle mechanics.
Such is your power. Come forth, my servant of shadow. With abyssal dark and hero's blade, I bring my people liberation.
Okay, this is pretty dope so far. I'm assuming we don't want to be in front of him.
Dragon, hear me and obey. Crush them.
Shadow Crescent? Oh, fuck.
Bathe them in black flame. My meteors will extinguish your light.
Fuck.
A raging gale to rend you asunder.
Ah, fuck. Okay, it's the okay, I should have known what that was.
For your doom. You wretch. Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
Come on.
A raging gale to rend you asunder.
Okay, okay, this one... So that side's gonna go first. Okay.
Be gone!
Fuck! That's a wipe. Oh no, they got the res off. Oh my god. Okay.
Dragon, hear me and obey. Look to the heavens for your doom. Where my Rhine-kissed blades. This place shall be your tomb. Crush them.
Ah, fuck.
Render unto me your all. My meteors will extinguish your
There we go. Bro.
If you would oppose our crusade, then come. But know that none shall deny us salvation. This place shall be your tomb. I will free us from the wheel.
Okay, so we had one wipe. We shake it off, we do it again.
Where my Rhine-kissed blades. I will suffer no obstacles.
He's gonna cleave that side, get over here.
No matter the foe, I will stay the course. Let lightning surge!
Come on.
Such is your power. Come forth, my servant of shadow.
With abyssal dark and hero's blade, I bring my people liberation!
So when he does...
You shall know true terror! Dragon, hear me and obey! Crush them!
Okay, we're all doing much better this time.
Flame! My meteors will extinguish your light! A raging gale to rend you asunder!
Okay, which one's coming up first?
Look to the heavens for your doom! You wretch!
Come on. Doing much better this time.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
Perfect.
A raging gale to rend you asunder!
Okay.
Be gone! Dragon, hear me and obey.
Come on, team. We can do this.
Look to the heavens for your doom. Wear my Rhine-kissed blades. This place shall be your tomb. Crush them! Render unto me your all! My meteor
meteors will extinguish your light.
Come on.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge! A raging gale to rend you asunder! Be gone!
Come on. This is a hell of a fight.
Dragon, hear me and obey. Look to the heavens for your doom. Wear my Rhine-kissed blades. This place shall be your tomb. Crush them! Render unto me your all! My meteors will extinguish your light!
G fucking G. That was a hell of a fight.
Even my blade. So, this is the limit of my defiance.
That was fucking fun.
Are you all right?
Don't let Estaya be dead.
What's happening?
At last, the moment is at hand. You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm. You've won the battle, but I win the war.
No.
Stop this. I beg of thee, let her go.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return. And so it has coalesced, giving rise to a mighty void scent. Now feast. Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
Oh shit.
From the convergence of ancient and newborn, an entity without equal shall emerge. One who shall tear down the barrier between worlds. Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld. Zeromus! Awaken!
Oh, fuck.
No matter how powerful, a void scent can be sealed in Memoria.
Uh-oh.
Damn it. It's too strong.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void scent born of Zodiac's ether.
We must retreat. Everyone to me.
I will return, sister, and I will save thee. This I swear. I mean, this is basically Zodiac 2.0. Fuck. We made it back safely, at least. Wait, what was I doing? Zeromus. In light of this development, that we escaped with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. But that we could have anticipated Ashdaya's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, we must now contend with a newborn voidsent hell's-bent on breaching the rift. And one with such prodigious strength. Zeromus is unlike anything I have ever seen. So named for an ancient hero, as Golbez said, though none can say if there is even a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in the hopes that his champion will do that which no one could in the Contra Memoria, save the world. But a true hero would not damn another to save his own. Another world to save his own. We're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. I, loath though I am to admit it, we are in no state to face a voidsent of Zeromus's might. Vietra not least of all, in body and mind both. For now, let us return to Rodzit Han and take stock of the situation. Very well. Erilith, might I trouble you to head to Bestway's burrow and apprise Urianger of the situation? The rest of us shall tend to Vietra's wounds before returning to Rodzit Han. Pray join us there anon. Let's just teleport to Bestways. Ah, Erilith, thou art returned. I am pleased to say it hath been blessedly and eventful in your absence. But more importantly, what of your mission in the void? Heavens forfend that Ashdaya should be used to birth a dread voidsent born of Zodiark's residual ether. Although we could not have predicted this outcome, there is one small mercy, the voidsent containment seal. As we employ the self-same brands that once imprisoned Zodiark in its creation, the zeal should serve to hinder Zeromus. Yet for how long, none can say, for our enemy's strength is unknowable, whilst the barrier was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? Then I shall remain here to maintain my vigil over the seal. Shall we observe signs of an impending incursion, rest assured I shall send word without delay. Go well, my friend. Ah, Mr. Sinatari, or Mr. Sterilith, we have been expecting you. When the satrap and your comrades returned earlier, I couldn't help but notice that they were in low spirits. I hope it is nothing too serious. But forgive me, you must be eager to join them. If you would follow me. Yeah, we're into the Meghaduda.
Do you remember Ciriato and Farfarello? The cowardly pair of voidsent that dwelled in my domain?
I do.
Ciriato devoured Farfarello, and in so doing he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a voidsent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer, and when a voidsent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more. That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Ashdaya.
Good to know.
And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is. When the time comes, you must call to her. call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus. While it is unsettling that a void scent could be born of Zodiac's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say? I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Doing so would consign Ajdaya's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
Simple. Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light. And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light.
Oh shit, we gonna go to the first?
The question of how we will harness that light, you may leave to me. With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the aid of comrades near and far, I have faith that we will find a way. But only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Wait. Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Fine by me. Come on then.
I shall not pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
Okay. Ajdaya is my sister, and long have I dreamed of saving her. But if I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades, I cannot well ask you to lift me up every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again. This I swear. I will hold fast to my conviction, Aerolith, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. Meanwhile, on the moon of the 13th.
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the fiend is able to breach the veil. But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured? It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend, the memory of your passing and the pain.
That memory fell down into the Zeromus as well, the Contra Memoria crystal.
As I promised you then, I promise you now. They shall sing of Golbez, the hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
Damn. From Light's embrace to Shadow's deep, a world to save and oath to keep. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, damn. Damn. Well, that is the MSQ for patch 6.4. I hope you all enjoyed the video. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all of that stuff. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what you think of this patch. And let me know where you think this game's going. Like, what plans do you think they've got? Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. And we stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting around 11:30ish, and go until around 3:30ish. Yeah, that is the. If this video will probably go up first, and then we'll have the raids video, which I thought I was going to record today, but I've been going for almost 4 hours already, so that might get actually streamed tomorrow. But thank you all for watching. Have a good day.